Well, good morning, my little glories. Hey, Ardria, call me Frenchie. Pepper, Morgan, Melody. How is everyone? Can I just say that YouTube is just becoming a total joke? Come one, come all 10 of you. Come on. I see 10 is watching. Type in the chat. So let me just start by saying, okay, this whole Zab girl, the Gannon situation, everything. Hey, Carla Ray, Cool Gamer, Morgan, Bolo, Lolo, Bolo and Lolo. But this whole the whole Zab girl thing, I was done with it. I spoke on it, and you know, Alicia notifying the mother. I spoke on that. Hey, Zero, hey, Michelle, pretty sweet pea. But I was done with it. But it's just not okay. First of all, let me tell you something. A Queen Bee. Do you know how thirsty you sound in that tweet to Brian Enton? I was the first to call this out. Hello, Nellio from the prairie. Hey, Brian, look at me. Look at me. Look what I did. You're thirsty. Once again, proves you didn't do it for the right reasons. What did you think Brian Enton was going to do? What's the most he could do? Good for you. Oh yeah, zero. Brian Enton put out a tweet about a YouTuber did this, blah 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 blah, and that he was going to go live about it, which I watched it. And let me tell you what struck me about that whole interview. It was Michael Allen, the prosecutor. And what struck me about that is he made no mention of trying to change the laws. So it's become, in my opinion, a witch hunt. Hey, Stuttering Stanley, Nellio from the Prairie. I think I said that one. It's not it's no longer, if it was ever about doing what was right, it is no longer. Right, Bolo. You know, I don't think, you all know how I feel. Zab girl messed up, and she messed up big, and she is feeling the repercussions from it. Natasha Cooper, on the other end, did the same exact thing, and she's very proud of it and continues to pat herself on the back for it. But, Zab Girl is a platform with 90 something thousand, and she's losing subs. Alicia, Science Girl, made sure to put that on a community post. TikTok, because this isn't about doing what's right. This is about destroying. Right, she's at the casino. Natasha is. But this isn't any longer about doing what's right. This is about destroying a human being. You know, I've said it and I'll say it again. I don't agree with what Zab Girl did. She did nothing illegal. She did everything immoral. But I can also tell you that I didn't hear about this from Queen Bee as she tells Brian Enton in her tweet. Hey, look at me, look at me. I was the first to call this out. But she didn't bother to tell him in that same tweet. Exactly, Zero. Exactly. I think everyone knows she messed up, including herself. But I don't think she has to be canceled or destroyed as a human being because now it's gone beyond YouTube. Now it's on News Nation. When did it become about calling somebody out about their bad behavior to totally fucking destroying them? That's been my explanation all along, Pretty Sweet Pea. She didn't do anything illegal, but what she did was very immoral. But see, morals are in the eyes of the beholder. It was also on Fox News this morning. Well, that's great. That's great. Let's see how far we can push somebody because, you know, mental health in this country is so freaking great, which is another reason why I didn't want the fact that Science Girl contacted that baby's family because there's nothing they can do about what's going on except try to change the laws to prevent it from happening to another child. And on all these community posts, why has not one person posted? One person has not posted. Exactly, Sada. They are taking joy in tracking and see how many subs she is losing by the hour. This is no longer about what's wrong and what's right. Not one person that I know of has put on their community post a letter they have written, an email they have sent. Nothing. When I saw Michael Allen on Enton's little thing there, his little clip, the first thing I did, well, not the first thing because I slept on it. I got up this morning and I started looking at the best way to contact Michael Allen because I'm going to ask him the tough questions. You were the prosecutor on this case. You have more power to get heard, to get the word out, and to be heard than any YouTuber. Right, Nellie. But I didn't hear him. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he say anything on Brian Enton's interview that he was going to try to make a change? I didn't hear it. So, Queen Bee, if you really want to ruffle some feathers, have a go at Michael Allen. Get up in his ass. Because that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to write an email. I've already started it, but I'm going to complete I saved it as a draft. And I'm going to ask him, what are you going to do to help this not happen again? Because your word is bigger in your court system, in your judicial system, than my word is. I don't even live in that state. So instead of going to Brian Enton and say, hey, Brian Enton, I'm going to have a go at Michael Allen because I think he should be involved in getting this shit put a stop to. I won't do that, Queen Bee. But again, Queen Bee, did you tell Mr. Enton in your tweet, hey, I paid the $3 and I went and looked at the photos and I've described them and they have been described voices for the voiceless, you nasty pig. Well, I'm not going to be around anybody who's looked at those pictures. Bitch, You are the one that ran from evil Abe's who didn't attack Zav Girl, just begged her not to do this, that it was going to kill her channel. He didn't attack Zav Girl. But you voices ran up on QueenBee's and you were like, ooh, 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 ooh. Guess what I just heard? Guess what I just heard? I was listening to Evil Abe and I like him. He makes me laugh. Um, um, Zab Girl's gonna put the autopsy pictures out of Gannon. So you actually knew ahead of time. Did you reach out to Zab Girl and express? Right, stuttering. Oh, what she said about Natasha Cooper, which I can't stand. But voices, did you reach out to Zab Girl and say, look, I was just in Evil Abe's and he's asking you not to do this? Can we talk about it? No, I don't think you did. I don't think any of you did. I didn't. I'll admit it. I didn't reach out to Zab Girl. But I'm not sitting up here on some fucking high horse either. Just remember, the higher the horse, the harder the fall. See, I don't watch Zab Girl, Mama Bear, because she's not my cup of tea. I told you, I don't want to watch somebody who has to question everything they say. Oh, I'm worried about their mental health too, Red Rum Media. But here's the thing. They didn't need, this didn't just start here. This was going on back in April. Red Rum Media, my heart breaks for that family. But if you're not seeing that this has turned into something that is not for the benefit of the family, but for the benefit of these people's channels, and not just that girl, we can agree what she did was messed up, really messed up. But this is now a witch hunt. It's not about making it better for families, the victims' families. It's not about that. I don't even know if it ever was at this point. After I saw QueenBee's tweet, thank you, Denise. After I saw QueenBee's tweet to Brian Enton, Red Rum, hey, 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 look at me. I was the first to report this. Why does that have to be acknowledged? And I worry about everyone's mental health. That's why when Alicia took it upon herself to contact the mother, as well, I'm sure other people did that I don't know of, I worried about her mental health, the mother's mental health. And when you hear these same people that agree with contacting this mother say, oh, if it was me, I you wouldn't have to worry about it. I'd be in prison. I'd take that bitch out. What if she did that? What if Landon had a lapse? What if Landon had a lapse, got on a plane, and did exactly what these people said they would do? Because she is so brokenhearted and probably now filled with anger. I just think it has turned into a fucking witch hunt. I think that is obvious. You know, uh, I don't think, hey, Shanna B, hey, it's in a quandary. I don't think destroying Zav Girl is going to, uh, sorry, I just don't think, God forbid, we hear tomorrow something horrible happened to Zav Girl. Um, is it going to change what happened? Nope. Is it going to change what's going to happen in the future? Nope. I don't think we need any more victims here. They came from Colorado. I don't know why everybody's saying they came from Florida. The court records came from where the trial was held. Yes, he was discovered in Florida, but the court records were not kept and held in the trial. And I think everybody should be like Florida when it comes to minors. I know she made her bed. I agree with you, Red Rum. Okay, but she petitioned that from Florida. But I agree with you. I agree with she made her bed. I totally agree with you. And if her channel falls to pieces, then that's a consequence that Zab Girl has to pay. But I'm telling you, I don't believe anybody who has to go to Brian Enton's tweet and say, hey, I was the first to call it out. Sorry, QueenBee. I don't think you're about what's right and what's wrong. You want fucking ass pats. Just like Alicia wanted ass pats when she notified that mother. I know. Me too, Red Rum. And I'm ready for it to be done with. I spoke my piece. And two wrongs definitely don't make nothing, doesn't make anything right. Right. Quit challenging them. Quit saying, I don't know if people could go any lower. Oh, yeah, they can. There's always somebody out there. But you know what? This woman, Ellie, okay, I don't know Ellie. I've seen her on QueenBee's panel. I mean, she seems like a reasonable person, but she's being attacked. Hey, Carrie Pink. And I don't know why she's being attacked. Because she doesn't agree with what Zab Girl did. Hey, critters. Right, Sada. It was part of the case file out of Colorado. Exactly, Gladys. I can't believe some of these people, not you, Red Rum, some of these people call themselves true crime, but they don't know anything about victims advocate. Hell, Alicia can't even say the word toxicology. She calls it toxology. I just don't see where destroying Zab Girl is going to make changes. I'm thinking Zab Girl probably learned her lesson. And if she didn't, well, she's going to get herself in a court of law one day. Just so happens the state in which she petitioned to get the files, it's not against the law. I'm sorry. After seeing that tweet that QueenBee did for Brian Enton, and it will be my thumbnail. Hey, Jonathan. I never felt like these people had the best intentions. I just didn't. And now they just keep proving it every freaking day. This is not about the victims anymore. I don't know that it ever was. Oh, QueenBee she looked at the pictures, so she doesn't get herself in another lawsuit for saying false accusations, I guess. Voices for the Voiceless has decided she's not going to be in around anyone who looked at those pictures. But yet you can describe them to a T, Voices, but you want us to believe you didn't look at them, right? Didn't Science Girl say she downloaded them? When I download something, it's because I need it for future reference. Why download those? I don't understand it. Please explain. Can someone explain to me why that file was downloaded? I mean, Zab Girl downloaded it, obviously, because she petitioned the courts to get it. I don't know, just another troll. I don't know. I don't know why you had to go run to Brian Enton and make sure he knew you were the first to call it out, but yet you didn't bother to say that you actually paid the money and went and looked at them. Right, Badger, she is. Red Rum, I hope you don't feel like that I'm attacking you or anything. I think we're on the same page as far as what's happened is a total just a mess. Hey, Cat's Room. But maybe I feel differently about the people who is calling this out and the way that they're calling it out. You know, when you do something out of the goodness of your heart, because you think it's right, I don't think you have to advertise it. I don't. I don't think you have to, you know, go on a platform such as Twitter and tweet uh, somebody like Brian Enton and News Nation that you were the first to call it out unless you want something more than what's in your heart. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't understand why Natasha, everybody said Zab Girl doubled down in her community post because she used the word detached and, things like that. Natasha did what? Two live streams saying she did nothing wrong. I'm wondering, did Natasha pay for them? Like, not that it should matter. It doesn't matter that they were paid for. Exactly, Southern Princess. Hey, Jen's mom, Zero. But did Natasha even pay for them? Or did she just steal the link from Zab Girl? Because not that paying for them makes any difference, but it shows a little bit of intent, in my opinion, that Natasha was all about the money. And then to even say on her live, I only made $150. Well, you know what, Natasha? Instead of going to the casino and getting your pedicure and your massage, maybe you should have taken that $150 and donated it to the charity in which it'll be on my thumbnail. Google is watching. I don't know how to share screen and all that. But Brian Enton tweeted about his segment on a YouTuber using those autopsy photos. And QueenBee is right below him saying, hey, I was the first to call this out. To me, that is not with good intention. Why does Brian Enton need to know that Queen Bee was the first to call it out? Unless you want a fucking ass pat. And if you've got to have an ass pat for doing something right, then your head is not in the right place, nor your heart. True, Artria, true. You know, what's done is done. We cannot take it back. We cannot change it. We can only hope that YouTubers, including Zav Girl, learn from it. Because unless people work together and change laws, that's all we got. We're YouTubers. Bolo. It was kind of funny when Natasha went in there and super chatted Randy the other day, and Randy was like, she didn't know what to say because Natasha's on the hot seat once again. And Randy's like, thanks, Natasha. But I also noticed how Randy just skipped right over Natasha's involvement. Although Randy and them haven't been very vocal about any of it, and I don't think they were going to talk about it until somebody came into their chat and said, hey, how do you feel about this? And then her and Wendy were like, we don't. But yet they went on to talk about it. Have a good day, Artria. Hey, pistol packing granny. Exactly, Southern Princess. Instead of putting up community posts saying, TikTok, Zab Girl's down 1,500 subs or 2,000 subs or whatever. How about you put up the community post where you actually contacted somebody that can make a change? Alicia, Science Girl. How about you do that? Because it's not about Gannon. It's not about Gannon's family. It's about destroying a YouTuber who made a very, very, very big mistake. And I'm sorry, I got to call it a mistake because I don't believe if Zab Girl knew what was going to come out of this, she would have ever done it. I wish she would have listened to Evil Abe when he was asking her, please don't. And just prove me wrong, people. Prove that I got some kind of hard on for you all. Do that. Go live and prove me wrong. Show me where your heart is in the right place. Show me where you've done anything other than to try to destroy a person. Do that. Show me that. Prove me wrong. I'll eat crow. Stop, Ross Dog. I went to Brian Enton and told him she wasn't the first one. She also looked at the photos and told her people she would email them if they wanted to see them. Wow, Tasha. She would. I didn't hear her say that she would email them if they wanted to see them. I've heard a lot of people say she said that. Um, okay, Carrie Pink, I watched your video. I don't get it, guys. And I'm so, of course, I don't think I'm wrong. But if they prove me wrong, I'll be the first one to go live and say. But you can't just start throwing up community posts now. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Go ahead. Start throwing them up now and showing me that your heart was in the right place, that it wasn't about YouTube money grabs and accolades. Show me that. Prove me wrong. I'll be the first to go live and say, damn, I was wrong. They really do give a real shit. They really do give a real rat's ass. It's just so funny how all these people that are so against what Zab Girl did can now come on can now keep basically telling on themselves. Um, they basically are telling on themselves because they get up there and they describe things that they shouldn't know unless they looked at the pictures or the pictures have been passed along. Tell me, Queen Bee, how many people did you share those pictures with? Southern Princess, I believe Queen Bee copied that just like Alicia did from the attorney lady on here, Lady Justice or whatever her name is. Exactly, Zero. The case is solved. Boom, done. Woman sitting in prison. A monster is sitting in prison. She's never going anywhere. She's never going to be eligible for parole. And if she does become eligible, because I don't remember what her sentence was it life without? I don't know. But if she was to come up for parole, she's not going to get it for many. I won't say never because one of the Manson followers just got out. I don't know, Mel. You haven't heard from the family? I've just heard Queen Bee say life without. Okay, good. She's never going anywhere. I watched it. I can't believe I don't remember the freaking verdict. I mean, the sentencing. But I don't remember a lot. My memory's slipping. That's why I don't drink out of aluminum. Van Houten, yeah, she just got released. 53 years, I think she's been in. I was just reading up on that the other day. I don't know. Like I said again, and I know I repeat myself. I'm Pete. What do they call? What does Randy and them call me? Peter Repeater Pan. That's what they call me. Repeater Pan. Oh, she wanted Enton to come back with. Oh, thank you, Queen Bee. I'm gonna get me a meme with Queen Bee's avatar because I'm not gonna use her real picture, even though she's been doxxed to hell and back. I know I am the like I said queen. I do that in real life when I'm talking to somebody. When I'm having an in-depth conversation with somebody, in-depth conversation with somebody, I say, well, like I said. So I am repeater Pan. I'm okay with that. Gladys, there was a lot of people that didn't even follow the case, didn't report on it daily. But I'm sorry, when I saw that tweet to Brian Enton, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Someone make me a meme with Queen Bee's avatar in a superhero suit and a cape. All right, bye, Badger. I was gonna, use it as my thumbnail, but that's okay. I'll just use the tweet. And I can tell you this, and I don't know about you guys, but I do not want to be known for the rest, hey, Christy A, for the rest of my YouTube time for the worst thing I ever did on here. I don't. The worst thing I ever did on here, and I had a pit in my stomach and went live the next day, apologized, sincerely apologized, and it's been thrown in my face a couple times, whatever. But I'm at peace with it. But that is not what I want to be known for. It's the people with repeated patterns and behavior that we've got to watch out for. And again, hey, Chihuahua Mama. Angie Brooks. You may not agree with me, and that's okay. This is my truth, not yours. I'm just calling it as I see it. You want to do something good and make a change, make a change. But if you're only doing it so people of an higher authority or higher up in the world recognizes you, you're not really doing it. Well, it's my truth, critters. The real heroes do things you know nothing about. Yes, Southern Princess. Yes, I agree. I would be embarrassed to go and tweet that to Brian Enton. It sounds so thirsty. I got a question. How was the Watts autopsies and photos sealed, but they're all screaming that Colorado's liberal, blah, 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 blah? Captain Obvious, I don't know what happened to keep those sealed, but obviously it can be done in the state of Colorado. So why the state wouldn't adopt that? And I'm not one to cancel. I don't want to see, the Freedom of Information Act thrown out the window. I don't want that. We as Americans do not want that. Well, true, there was never a trial, so maybe that had something to do with it. And maybe part of the plea, yes, maybe so. Watts and his defense requested them to be sealed. Pretty sure, yeah. But why didn't that happen with Gannon? Why are so many little victims not protected the same way as the Watts children? And I'm glad, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Watts children shouldn't be protected. Please don't twist this into that. But why aren't all little victims, protected that way? I don't understand it. But it is what it is. And until the laws change, yes, you can hold people on YouTube accountable. Most certainly you can hold people on YouTube accountable. But when it goes from holding someone accountable to an outright witch hunt, oh, yeah, that makes sense, Ross, because Gannon's pics were shown in court as evidence. That makes sense. Not that I like it, but it makes sense what you're saying. Seal all minors. Totally agree, Denise. I don't even know why this is up for discussion or why it should be up for discussion. You know, I've said it before. In this country, it is illegal to possess pictures of naked children. Yes, weird criminals, I get it. I'm not saying anything about the fact that the autopsy pictures should not be shown in court. I don't know where I said that at. If I said it, I didn't mean it. I don't think I said it. But yes, I do realize that. But the fact of the matter is, after the trial, after a conviction or an acquittal, if that is a minor victim, boom, they should be sealed. Nobody should have access to those. If it's an acquittal and the prosecution decides to, or if it's a hung jury, whatever, and the prosecution decides to retry, then by all means, the prosecution can get the information they're looking for. I hope, Southern Princess, I hope all of these people that are basically on a witch hunt, forget about Zab Girl. Don't watch her, unsub, do whatever you want to do. Forget about her. And contact the governor of Colorado. I personally have my eyes set on Michael Allen because I wanted him to say on his interview with Enton, I wanted to hear him say, laws must be changed. We must step up to protect the little ones. In this country, it is illegal to possess photos of living nude children. Why is it not illegal to possess pictures of deceased nude children? I don't care if they were blurred. I don't care if nobody showed particular body parts. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But if we can make laws to protect, and we're not doing great at that, because we didn't say that. We did say we had a problem with these photos being released, but it's a very slippery slope that some are calling for by changing laws, in my opinion. Now, see, Ross, I don't think the judge would have to declare the courtroom private. It would be illegal. It should be punishable by law if the media was to take those pictures in evidence and use them outside of reporting on the case in real time, reporting on the trial in real time. I mean, I don't think the media should be excluded from the courtrooms. I think we learn a lot from trials. Um, it's a public courtroom, anything public and done. Well, in a courtroom though, you're not allowed to use your phone. Uh, Many of them say no videotaping. So I'm kind of disagreeing with you, Ross. I understand what you're saying, but I'm kind of disagreeing here with you. Yes, John Bonet. There's so many of them out there that their pictures are readily available. Um, I don't understand the whole have to go look at them to call Zab Girl out when Zab Girl clearly stated she was going to show them. They can ask you not to use your phone. That's just a sign, not a law. Well, Ross, I mean, here I sat through one of the David Cam trials where two children were involved, and you couldn't even have your phone on. It was checked at the door, and of course, you could sit down and turn it back on. But if the judge or anyone else just saw Zav Girls community post asking for Gannon's mom's contact. Good, good. I hope that Zav Girl reaches out to Gannon's mom, offers her apology, um, whatever they have to discuss. I don't need to know about it, but I'm glad to hear that Zav Girl is trying to move forward. And I have a question. Is it illegal to sell pics of people's bodies? If it's not, then they should make it illegal. I don't know, Ash. I don't know what you're saying. I mean, you can go and buy a Playboy or a Hustler, but those women are voluntarily posing for these pictures. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to be known for the worst thing I've done on here. I'm sure Zab Girl doesn't want to be known for the worst thing she's done on here. I don't think it should be about destroying Zab Girl. I think it should be more about, you know, voicing your concerns that it even happened, whether it was Zab Girl or whether it was whoever. Um, Autopsy pictures are always going to be a part of a case, but most certainly when it comes to minors. And I know some people are going to say, well, I lost an adult child, and it would, hurt me. I get it. But you got to start somewhere. And I just don't. I do too, Denise. I hope she resolves this. I don't think Zab Girl is a horrible person. No, Tess. I believe if anyone should contact the family, it should be Zab Girl, not Alicia, not everybody else who's done it. Because QueenBee wants you to believe that these crime victims' families just stumble across her. Because uh, Landon did, Grandis did, Billy Joe, with the Quentin case. How many other people have just stumbled across QueenBee? Not on a live stream. Exactly, Puss in Boots. I don't think it has, I would hope Zab Girl would not broadcast or even discuss. Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying about Alicia doing it on a live stream. That was off her ass pats. Um, but I hope Zab Girl, because at this point, Landon is fully aware of what channel did this. So Zab Girl reaching out, she didn't sell children's pictures. I'm Ash, I'm not yelling at you. I love you, Republican Ash. But people saying she sold, no. When I buy something, I physically get it handed to me. She sold the right, or I don't even want to call it a right. She sold you the ability to go in and look at those pictures. Still gross, still disgusting. Hope she learned from it. And I think of all the people that should reach out to, the only person that should reach out, because Natasha Cooper's not going to do it unless it makes her a buck. She is not going to reach out to Gannon's mother and say, ask your buddy Heels to take down her crime scene showing a minor. Let's start there. Well, I don't know what Heels has up. I don't know. But if anybody at this point should contact Gannon's mother, it should be Zab Girl. And you know what? It should be private. Zab Girl should simply make a post after talking to Gannon's family and simply say, I have reached out to the family. I am fully aware of my actions. I did not do it with malicious intent. And, but if you're going to make it, if you're going to make it public, and you're going to, say, here's my correspondence with Gannon's family, then Zab, I'm sorry, you're not doing it for the right reasons. Well, see, Speak Truth, I understand what you're saying, but when I go to a movie, I don't say I bought a movie. When I go bowling, I didn't buy bowling. Well, again, Mrs. Fletcher, if Zab Girl is doing it because she really, truly understands the gravity of what she did, because I'm not so sure she did to start out with. I really don't know. I don't watch Zab Girl. I didn't like what she allowed to happen with Kylie Rodney with Upchurch. I hated it. I'm pissed at the people who made Natasha happen again. Right, Bolo? Natasha has no shame in her game. Go listen to her lives over this whole mess. And she'll flat out tell you she didn't do anything wrong. I agree. If she puts it now, I don't. Okay, Zero. I think I understand what you're saying. I wouldn't have a problem with her letting her subscribers and Patreons know that she didn't realize the shitstorm that she was going to cause. She didn't, hey, Brantley, she didn't realize the pain she was going to cause Gannon's family. I hope she, hold on, guys, these dogs are crazy. I hope she just does it for the right reasons, not because of being attacked. But if she does reach out to Landon and they do have a conversation, or anybody in Gannon's family for that matter, and they do have a conversation, I hope that conversation is kept private and she's just able to say, look, I tried to make right what I wronged, and I spoke to Gannon's family and we're okay. Because I really do believe Gannon's family would be understanding. Um, because believe it or not, this has been going on for a while now, just not on YouTube. These pictures have been on Reddit. This has been going on since at least April. So Zab Girl wasn't the first, but she was the first noticed. I should be in public relations. I think where she lost the point was when she advertised her Patreon for $3 for those that want to see them. Side eye, I agree. I'm almost glad though that she charged $3 because not all 97,000, or now she's down to 90 something thousand. Just ask Alicia. Alicia's over there watching Zab Girl's sub count tick down, which makes me believe it's a witch hunt. But at least some people. I personally would have rather her put them on her $50 fucking Patreon if she did it. If she's gonna do it. Weird criminals. Number one, I said I do believe the family will understand, and I do that based on one of Landon's comments about that she wished they would take the money they made off of it and donate it to a particular charity. And I believe Landon's and Gannon's family uh, were dealing with this prior to Zab Girl, based on what I've read. So no, I don't think the family's going to understand why anybody did it. I think they'll be understanding. And it's okay that you disagree with me. But I feel like that when I listened to Landon's impact statement, she come across as a very forgiving person. And I felt like it just really broke at her that she considered um, the witch. I don't want I don't want the families on my channel. The only way I would ever have a crime victims uh family member on my channel if they wanted somewhere to speak. And I'm just not that big, and I don't do a lot of true crime. My true crime I do behind the scenes. I watch shit, go down into rabbit holes, and not autopsies, but I admitted the other day that I have seen the autopsy pictures of Darlie Routier's kids, and I did it because allegedly there was more than one weapon used. I didn't advertise it. I didn't charge people to see it. I don't want people to see them. Weird criminals. I doubt they would give Zab the time of day. Too fresh. I disagree with you, but you could be right. Zab might reach out and they might say, you know what, go F yourself. I got nothing to say with you. I got nothing to say to you. Hey, knitting with Amanda Panda. You could be right. I don't get that feeling from Gannon's family. I get compassion and love and hurt and I agree, Johnny. We talked about that earlier. I believe someone asked her at Google is watching about her video. I think it's too soon too. I don't know that it'll ever not be too soon. Um, I mean, I don't think this hurt goes away. I, thank God, by the grace of God, I don't know the hurt that they're feeling. Um, if I could do anything, I would just hug them. I've never seen murder porn. They're called snuff films. They're called snuff films. Weird criminals, and they're out there. There's a lot that's out there. There's a lot of dark things that are out there on the internet. The thing is, we don't have to bring it here. And I'm sorry, but what happened to Gannon was very dark. And just because I triggered Randy, what did I do to Randy? She, good Lord, Randy. Was you just sitting there by your computer waiting for somebody to say your name? Exactly, Miss Fletcher. It's a lose-lose for everybody. But the people that are continuing to exactly, Carla Ray. I think Zab Girl is the only one at this point that should reach out, and hopefully it is a sincere apology for the hurt that she has caused this family. And like I said, there is a lot. It's your fault. I said she was an NC White Knighter. Well, why don't she have your name in the title? I don't know. I haven't even looked at Randy's. I don't care. I know what I see. And what I saw was Natasha go in there after Natasha did the exact same thing that Zab Girl did. And I even said that Randy and Wendy didn't want to talk about it, but they did. And that Randy sounded very uncomfortable when Natasha super chatted her. That's all I said. I don't give a shit. I have a whole freaking live about it if you choose to, Randy. I don't care. I know what I saw. What was the question, weird criminals? I missed it. I didn't mean to ignore it. You got to know I'm not the best at watching my chat. So let me go back. I've never seen M porn where the DR children nude as well. The DR children. The DR children. I don't know. I did answer it. There are snuff films with kids. And it's gross and it's have a good day, Southern Princess. But it's out there and it's dark, and that's what we need to keep from coming to YouTube. I'm not about censoring. Oh, Darlie Routier. I was like, what the hell is doctor? Let me read it again. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Were the DR children nude as well? Yes. Yes. But I will say that the pictures that I looked at, yeah, autopsies are not performed with clothing on. But the pictures that I looked at were blurred. Uh, their wounds didn't consist of anything below the waist. There would be no point in showing anything below the waist, but you could tell where they had the sheet brought up to that. And I'm not even going to say they were nude because they had a sheet brought up to right below their, their right above their pubic area, which they were not in a pubic situation. They were babies. But also it's, you know, I'm not going to go view. Yes. Well, I guess it was blurred. They had a sheet on them. Now when they got near the back, when they were the back pictures, um, I didn't see all the comments, weird criminals. I've only seen the marshmallow comment, because it was posted on different live streams and stuff. I didn't see the comments. I didn't participate in the streams. Not Zab Girls, not Natasha's. I'm not going to go look at anything and go digging to see what I can find when I absolutely stick to the fact that what was done was morally wrong. And at this point, I feel like it's up to Zab Girl to make it right. Sorry, I missed what you said about snuff films. There are snuff films. I mean, I couldn't tell you where to go find them because I don't watch snuff films, but they exist. We got to remember that this is just a little bitty, minute molecule. YouTube is just a little bitty speck of the internet. Even as big of a platform as it is, it's still just a little speck of the internet. So there's a lot of dark shit out there. A lot. But guess what? It doesn't need to come here. And I'm hoping Zab Girl learned her lesson. I don't know that there has to be a total witch hunt out for her. I mean, it's not going to change what happened. It's not going to change the fact that the pictures were put out on YouTube. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to the people who looked at them are not going to unsee them. If you paid $3 to go look at them, then you obviously wanted to see them. Because I don't know of anybody that was forced to go look at those. But I don't know. It is what it is. Again, I'm going to put the tweet up because that's what kicked off this live for me, was the fact that QueenBee is so thirsty that she had to run to Brian Enton to say, I was the first one to call this out, when in reality she wasn't. But I don't see Evil Abe running to Brian Hinton to say, I was the first one to mention this. Uh, Evil Abe just handled it in a whole different way. That's all. And as far as I'm concerned, if Zab Girl is willing to reach out to that family and own her mistake, then I don't know what more can be done other than laws passed. That's all I know. You know, write to your congressman, write to your governors, write to your lawmakers. And, if you have to use this as an example, if it were my kid, Clary, I agree. I mean, I agree with you. I have the same feelings. If this was my loved one, and I believe Gannon's family is entitled to have these same feelings. So, I just hope that a lesson is learned here. Can we say that? I hope a lesson is learned here, and that it's learned that, I'm sorry that you had to learn it on YouTube. It seems like to me should have learned this early on in your life. But, you know, if people learn a lesson and they never do this again on YouTube, then you know what? Mission accomplished. QueenBee is being sued by Bullhorn Betty for saying untrue things, allegedly. Not allegedly being sued, because she really is, but allegedly the things she said about Bullhorn Betty were untrue. I don't know. And I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know if QueenBee said anything untrue or not. That's true, Ross. That would probably work. The right to copyright the evidence, give the family the right to copyright the evidence. That would probably work. I agree, person. But I'm going to get going. I've got some cleaning I got to do. I'm still waiting on the rest of my stuff for my bedroom, so I can get it all straightened out. I'm procrastinating. But I hope you guys have a great day. And if you do something kind for somebody, if you do it for the right reasons, don't tweet it. Don't do a video about it. I mean, unless it's a feel good video. I like watching those when people do things just out of randomness, random acts of kindness. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope this is the end of it. I hope we can get back to just regular YouTube snippy ass drama, and that Zav girl can make this as right as she can make it. I'm not saying it can ever be changed. It is what it is. It happened. But maybe she can make it right with Gannon's family. And when it comes right down to it, that's all that matters, is making it right with Gannon's family. She doesn't owe QueenBee, me, Voices, Alicia, anybody else. She doesn't owe us anything. The only people she owes anything to is Gannon's family. And hopefully she can do that. She can learn from this, and we can move on to just everyday bullshit. How about that? All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting my stream. If you didn't agree with me, that's okay. If you do agree with me, that's okay too. Either way, hit that thumbs up. Um, Thanks for having a conversation without, screaming, hollering amongst each other. It was cool. And I'll see you guys around the tubes. Bye, guys.